Okay, I was asked to do more rap, so whatever. In case you don't know who I am, I'm Candin, that's KHANDINMCCOLLEY, the best damn motherfucking MC alive, and I'm a BITCH. And that's just me, don't hate, hey. Okay, now, that is enough of that, okay? It just is. I'm here to do storytelling today. I know that on Facebook I said that I probably wasn't going to do another YouTube video in a while, and that is because I'm currently working 40 hours a week at a factory. I am in the middle of writing an amazing book that I'm gonna call Mass Suicide. I was gonna make YouTube videos about it, but instead I decided to write a book about it because it's so much deeper that way. I may later, whenever I'm done, I don't know how long it's gonna take. Whenever I'm done, read it to y'all, I don't know. But today I'm going to tell y'all some fairy tale stories. Actually, a fairy tale story. Today, I was struck by inspiration, and I wrote 2 amazing poems, and I'm in the process of writing another, and they all go together. Right now, I'm going to read to y'all Once Upon a Time, Part 1, and Once Upon a Time, Part 2. I'm currently writing Part 3. So here goes. Oh, and by the way, in case y'all don't know this, oh, this is my kitty, one of them. In case y'all don't know this, my sun is in Sagittarius in the 5th house. My Saturn is in Sagittarius in the 5th house. My moon is in Aquarius in the 8th house. My Mars is in Scorpio, and my rising sign is Cancer. Just keep that in mind because everything would make more sense because I'm freaking crazy. Okay, Once Upon a Time Part 1. And I wrote it down, so okay. I don't know how I look right now. Do I look like I'm all hunched over and stuff? Okay. Everything is as a tainted memory. Okay, wait a minute. Once Upon a Time Part 1. Intro. Okay. Everything is as a tainted memory. I'm like a fictional character trapped inside a 3-dimensional land where gifts are clipped and stripped from you, as though no one is meant to do anything. They say, be careful what you wish for. So why am I always wishful? Why am I always pondering something? Why am I always wondering, yet stuck in the mundane? The things in my brain are plentiful, so I meditate. What happens when meditation only urges you further to do something? It's the same dance over and over again. I'm so sick of this lesson, I can't wait until my final test, so that I can unleash with the message. I'm blessed with many gifts and blessed with wits. My faith is accumulating, but I keep drawing the short stick. Any other would give up or just quit, but my desires run too thick. They're embedded within me like fire to keep reaching higher. It seems that life is designed to make me out to be a liar. In all actuality, though, this life is making me a fighter to obtain my every goal. It's like a yo-yo race, and I'm always running late. There is always some type of internal debate. The angels, demons, and aliens are all working overtime, stocking me up on spiritual freight on the inside. Sometimes I feel like a monster. Sometimes I need to escape. I feel I'm growing older, so I'm seeking something a little more soulful. It seems my soul hurts. It's a blessing and a curse. My soul is searching for, thirsty for, something I'm not even sure exists. If I had your life, if I had it made, I would give up on all this insane sense of a spiritual domain. But I just can't. I was designed to fight. I was designed by faith. Isn't it strange how we all go insane, at least once in our lifetime, or at least so we think? I'm almost to my breaking point. Something is stirring up inside me. I can feel my bones shake. It's running deep within my veins. Should I do what I'm told that I'm supposed to do, or should I embrace my destiny and all that awaits? Humor me, illuminate me, enlighten me. You all seem to think that I'm both irresponsible and crazed. Maybe I'm not logical. I'd rather create. Does that make me a monster? This is my blood, sweat, and tears. My cat's up fighting. Does that make me a monster? This is my blood, sweat, and tears. It has been for many years. Why must I be filled with fears to keep me from my full potential? It's almost hypocritical. I am as though a ghost in an untold fairy tale. Do not strip me of magic, for it is my creativity. Whether or not you believe in me, my dreams are drifting into my reality. Am I dysfunctional? Am I dysfunctional with the lust for something more? Am I kept from this something more because I'm just a storyteller? Talk about glory and failure. I'm no longer just a girl. Life is not wonderful, but my mind is full of wonders. There is much to discover and so many lures. I've had a taste of what is proclaimed to be daily life, and I hate it. It makes me crave adventure. At the same time, I do not like the chaos in this world, so when I write, I'm on an adventure. Okay. Once Upon a Time, Part 2. I just forgot the title. Oh, Once Upon a Time, Part 2. Once Upon a Time, a Star Was Born. Okay. That's the title. I don't remember what it was, but that's what it is now. Alright. Once upon a time, a star was born. She came to learn and heal the world. She wasn't normal, so the world cursed her. Because of this, a storm was formed, and it surged within her. In return, she cursed the world. The vengeance in the stardust was more dangerous than pixie dust, or even fairy dust. It wasn't even of this dimension at all. Thus the star had to fall. Saturn grew angry with the star's disasters, so he turned her into a centaur and trapped her in a maze. It was pattern after pattern, a typical life in the mind of a Sagittarius. The star dust was weakened. It was only just as powerful as fairy dust. Rahu. I have a kitten distracting me. Rahu! Quit! Okay. The star grew impatient, searching for ways to escape the maze. Somehow, to everyone's amazement, due to some divine grace or a fluke in an astrological placement, this star broke the chains. She created a chainsaw and destroyed the maze. Surrounded by Jupiter's embrace, she got a taste of the good life. Sadly, it was only a taste. A war raged in the skies between Saturn and Jupiter. Mars stepped in. The star was once more transformed. She was half centaur, half scorpion. She lost the potion she once owned. It was something like fairy dust. All she had was a scorpion tail and her bow and her arrow. What a story to tell. The star learned and was starting to burn bright. She turned into the light that she was always searching for with pure delight. She saved the world from the darkest of mythological creatures. She was a healer, teacher, warrior, and storyteller. But tragedy happened. People feared magic. Once again, the people seen her as a demon and cursed her. They took her by the throat, choked her, and stole her bow and arrow, along with her vision. They then sent her on a pointless mission to live a normal life without sight or wisdom. She was growing weak and fell prey to the darkest of witches. This witch was so dark that it manipulated all, tricked them into believing it was the Church of God. As for the star, her scorpion-like tail was ripped off. As she grew weak and unable to speak, she was thrown into the lake of fire and diagnosed as diseased. She embraced this defeat. Little did she know that the same Saturn who tried to trap her would dive right in the fire after her, saying, "No, my child, there is much more to learn. I shall show you the road to your north node." 8 houses down the street from the place of her birth, she came to the moon. There she also met the man in the moon. He was carrying a pitcher of water. He said he was half alien, half angel, and that his name was Aquin. He gave the star water, and to her became both mother and father. Even though the 8th house down seemed a little tainted and haunted. The star grew weary of the mysteries and hauntings and the riddles of Aquin, so she flew to the sun. There she found a new constellation. It was said that it was both her soul twin and the constellation she came from. It was half centaur, half lion, and it held all the wisdom and power of Mount Zion. The star grew too much and learned too much. She ended up cussing out God, so he threw a crab in her face. It latched itself onto her face. God said, "This is how you will appear to the rest of the world. But do not fear. Now you'll be able to feel again, my dear." The star became all the more pissed off at the world. All she could do was feel, and she needed to heal. She felt as though she was still living in hell, so she hid from the world behind her shell. All she wanted to do was once again shine, so she prayed to the divine. And apologized. This is what she was told. "You was born to be a star, but you have no idea who you are. You was made to be light. Instead, you burned the world and cursed it. No, it doesn't matter who cursed who first." The star was banished back to Saturn's maze. Only this time, she didn't try to escape. She was more than willing to learn. The star was banished back to Saturn's maze. Only this time she didn't try to escape. She was more than willing to learn, so that one day she could light the world. The star is still learning, so for now, that's the end of the story. So, patiently await for part 3. It's a ghost story.